Hey, it's another week, another recipe, and for Christmas experiment number 3, we are trying out a jelly roll recipe from 1946. Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney Morris. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I cook history's forgotten recipes out of random cookbooks I find, and so far we're having a lot of fun doing it. If you are returning back here, thank you so much for the support. I hope you enjoy this video. So one of the traditions I have personally is every December I have to watch the movie White Christmas at least one time before the end of the year. And I was watching it while I was doing dishes the other day, and if you haven't seen the movie, it starts out in a World War II battlefield camp during Christmas time. And so then that got me to thinking, first of all, how sucky that would be to be stuck outside in the wintertime in World War II at Christmas. I mean, my heart goes out to those people who fought. That is amazing to me. So that era has kind of been on my mind a little bit this week, and I was perusing archive.org and I found this gem. This is from the American military from 1946, and it's the government-issued recipe book for the Army. It is almost 500 pages long. It is also pretty cool. They have it in sections of just normal recipes for like mess halls for on base, and then there is a section for bee rations. And I am not a military expert, and I don't know all the lingo, but I do know that bee rations tend to be the tinned and the dried and the things that you would eat out in the field, if you will. So as I was searching this, the only recipes that show up for Christmas are gingerbread and fruitcake, which I've already done. I've exhausted them enough this year. Once is enough. So I settled on a jelly roll because I have had those at Christmas parties. They're delicious, and I wanted to see what this was about as far as 1946 military rations go. There's a gigantic jelly roll recipe, which makes about 8 pounds of batter in the mess hall part of the cookbook. But in the bee rations part, there's a much smaller version, which was still had to cut down by thirds to fit one pan. All right, let's see how this goes. I've had to get my scale out. Since these recipes were to feed a mass army, they are in very large measurements, so as I have to squish them down, they become ounces and grams now rather than pounds and quarts. So, all right, so we start with 6 ounces of dried egg. This seems like a lot. Seems like an awful lot, but I'm not used to working with egg powder, so maybe it's not that much. And then 302 grams of sugar. I'm going to mix that together and then add in 8 ounces of water. And beat with a wire whip until the mixture is somewhat fluffy and thick. It looks like butterscotch pudding. Okay, so then I need to get some hot water. Okay, so for as far as the flavoring goes, it calls for vanilla or lemon flavoring, but the measurement is 3/4 of a Mesquite spoon. I don't have one of those. I don't know how big that was, so I'm just gonna put like enough in. It says to mix it with, I think that's probably about a teaspoon. It says to mix it with the water and then mix this in. Once we've got that going, okay, so then I need to sift flour, baking powder, and salt together twice. Okay, I need 226 grams of flour, and then a 1/2 ounce of baking powder. One thing that these old recipes are helping me do is learn my metric measurements, because I am really used to my American cups and my teaspoons and tablespoons, but I can't tell you what the volume is or how much they weigh. So this is actually a really good learning tool for learning those. 1/3 of an ounce, which is 0.3 of salt. And it says to sift 2 times. Okay, so now I need to fold in this mixture only enough to incorporate the egg mixture and flour. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so now I need to mix this together until it's just mixed. Apparently you don't want to overmix this stuff. All right, that looks nice. That looks like a good cake batter. Well, maybe not. That's a bit eggy. I'm gonna err on the side of a mess kit spoon being a tablespoon. Oh, that's nice. If you know me, I don't like things that taste like egg. The initial taste is good, but then it turns into vanilla flavored egg. But I do know that what's in the cake batter itself in this form usually tastes different after it's cooked. So I'm not making any judgments right now. I've got that awful egg yolk flavor in my mouth. Okay, so I need to grease my sheet pan and preferably line with paper. Okay, so for years and years, I thought this was a cookie sheet. Well, apparently cookie sheets are flat. I was told that this with the lip on it is a jelly roll pan, which has never, ever, ever been used for jelly rolls because I've never made a jelly roll. But we will do this. Okay, so it says to grease it and then line it with paper. I don't know what exactly that does, but we're just gonna do it. All right, and then we just pour it on in, and I hope I got my measurements right. This is one of those recipes that's kind of intriguing for me because it is actually using some ingredients like the dried egg powder that I actually have in my long-term storage, you know, just in case there's an emergency. I've got something I can bake with, and this is kind of a good experiment to see what I can do with it. It says to bake for 10 to 12 minutes in a hot oven, but I'm not sure what that means. So I'm just gonna put it on at 350 until it's done, and then we will take it out and see if I can make this into something that looks like a jelly roll. So this is now out of the oven and it's cooling off a bit, and I now understand this because I think I'm gonna have to, I'm not sure how to do this. This is the part, the rolling part is the part I'm the most apprehensive about because I don't want it to break. So it does say to turn it out onto a cloth bag or a piece of paper that was previously sugared, and I don't have a cloth bag, and I do have some parchment paper, and I'm not sure, I'm wondering if they mean table sugar or if they mean like powdered sugar so it has less of a chance of sticking. I'm not sure. It doesn't say powdered sugar, so I'm just going to use regular sugar. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will act as like little rollers underneath or something. I'm going to put this here and do the 1, 2, 3 flip and cross my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did it. It worked. I would have thought it would be flatter. It's kind of bowed up in the middle. It smells like an eggy cake. Okay, so now that this is out of the pan, that's very foamy. Now I just need to get my jelly and figure out how to do this. So I kind of figured what would be more fitting than some homemade strawberry rhubarb jam. It doesn't say how thick you do it. I'm not sure how thick it's supposed to be. It is still warm yet, so it is melting a little bit, but then we just, I guess, roll. Oh, it's breaking. Why is it breaking? Okay, so, and I'm going to just try to roll this, but it's breaking. I don't know why. It might be too thick. Huh. Well, it's kind of more of a log. Well, I mean, it's, I guess the only thing that we can do now is taste it, because the presentation sure doesn't look real awful nice, does it? It's pretty darn good though. The egg flavor went away. There's none left. But very squishy, very spongy. Top part looks really good because of the jelly. But look at that sponge. It is like a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It is so squishy. At least it tastes good, right? I wonder if I can roll this one. Unless I put it on the wrong, I wonder if you're supposed to, no, I don't know how to roll this. I really don't. Ah! All right, this is gonna be one of those thumbnails where I'm just gonna make the picture of this really small. The good news is this tastes great. And this is actually, would be good for the sheet cake cut into squares, served with a cup of tea, maybe after dinner, or for like a 3 o'clock snack. As someone who is very inexperienced in the jelly roll department, I'm not surprised with myself. I am surprised at how good this tastes though. And for having something like this, I don't know if they actually ever made any of this while they were out on the field, or out in the field, but if they did, I hope it would have brought them a little bit of joy. I mean, it does taste really good. I wouldn't mind making this again. This is very, very good. I think that I would just serve this in squares and not try to roll it. Unless you have a trick, please tell me what I did wrong here so I can one day try it again. It hasn't deterred me from making jelly rolls in the future. It's just kind of discouraging. If you have made it this far through experiment number 3, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, and give this video a like. It helps the algorithm, and I'm enjoying having some fun with you guys with these things. Oh, it's good to laugh at things, isn't it? Also, in the comments, please let me know if you have any favorite Christmas foods that you remember as a kid or growing up, or something your grandma used to make. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear your traditions. If you're in the military, I would love to hear any of your food stories, if there are any, or what you remember that you liked or didn't like. And as always, feel free to drop me a recipe. I would love to try them out for you. If you want to see what I've done for experiments number 1 and 2 on this Christmas season, it's up here. Otherwise, if you want to take a look at everything I've done so far, go ahead and click down here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back next Monday. Bye!